Good morning, my friends. Today is Thursday the 9th. We are going to go ahead and get started on our math packet. So yesterday we completed pages up to 211. So today we will be on page 242. Don't you worry, there are not 30 pages in between. Whoever created this math packet picked and chose what pages they liked. So that's just the next page. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna help you on number 1 on page 242. This is a two-step problem. Let me find my marker real quick. Okay. And this is also a strip diagram mixed with a word problem. So let's go ahead and get started. Mara's ribbon is 26 centimeters long. And if you look at the picture underneath, it actually has the length of the ribbon. So I'm gonna draw Mara's ribbon here, 26 centimeters. Colleen's ribbon is 14 centimeters shorter. So if it's getting shorter, it's smaller. So that means we're gonna have to take away. So here is the 14 centimeters. Let me try to move you down a little bit. There we go. This is the 14 centimeters shorter. So we're trying to find out how long Colleen's ribbon is. And since I just mentioned that it's getting shorter, we're gonna have to subtract to find out this missing piece. So 26 is our bigger number, so we're gonna subtract that first. 26 minus 14. And remember, when we're subtracting or adding, we always start in our ones place. So 6 take away 4 is 2, and 2 take away 1 is 12. So our missing part, AKA Colleen's ribbon, is 12 centimeters long. That is step number 1. Find out how long Colleen's ribbon is. So let me show you my packet here. This is what we were trying to find out, how long Colleen's ribbon was. This was step 1. Step 2, find the length of both ribbons. So now we're putting together Mara's 26 centimeters of ribbon and joining Colleen's 12 inches of ribbon. So it wants us to find out the length for both. So when we're joining, we have to add 2 numbers. So here's Mara's 26 centimeters and here is Colleen's 12. So like I mentioned, to find out the length of both, we have to join the 2 together. So 26 plus 12. Let me erase all of this so it's not all over the place. 26 plus 12. And like I mentioned already, we start in the ones place. So here is 6 plus 2. That gives us 8. 2 plus 1 is 3. So our total for both of our friends, Mara and Colleen, it is 38 centimeters long. So that is your answer. Well, you had to do 2 things, step 1 and then step 2. So make sure you write both of those answers down. On the back page, 243 is the same type of question. So you have 2 steps before you can solve the answers. I'm gonna continue on to page 320. So number 1, complete each more or less statement. So A, 1 more than 66 is 67. So on the line right here, you're just gonna write the number 67. But some of these are kind of tricky. I'm across on B. 10 more than 66 is. So remember, when we're adding or taking away 10 more or 10 less, we only look at that place value. So for example, I'm gonna put 66 in the box. And I'm not sure if you have seen these when you were in your math class. I think Miss Luker did use these. But this is an empty number chart. So 66, we know that one less, we go back one. So when you do one less, only your ones place is changing. Your 10 stays the same. When you are adding one more or joining one more, you're gonna have 67. Same thing, only your ones place changes. So back to our problem of 10 more than 66. Now we're looking at our tens place. So our ones place is going to stay the same. So 10 more than 66, I'm only adding to the tens place. 7, and my one stays the same. So 10 more than 66 is 76. If I were to do 10 less, only the tens place is changing. The ones place is staying the same. So I can bring up this 6 because that's in my ones place. And if I take away 10 from 66, you'll get 56. So I do like to use this because it helps me understand not just one more, but it helps me practice all of them. And then I'm going to move down to I. I says 86 is blank than 90. Remember, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I'm not too sure. All my days are kind of running together with all this learning. So we have our greater than, our less than, and our equal to. So I and J is what I'm looking at right now. 86 is blank than 96. So whenever we're comparing numbers, 96. Whenever we're comparing numbers, it's best to look at the biggest place value first. So we only have our ones and our tens. Our tens is our biggest place value. So I'm going to look at my tens place and see which number is bigger. I have an 8 and I have a 9. So whichever number is bigger is going to be your number that is biggest. Sorry. 86 is smaller or less than 96. I always remember that the two dots, the two lines means that it's bigger, and I know that the smaller one needs less. So there's only 1 point to that side. So you're going to put your line in those. Or if you don't want to draw your symbol, you can say greater than or less than. Let's see what else is on here. Okay, so for number 2A and B, you have to find the pattern. This one's really simple. 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. Is that pattern 1 less every time, 1 more, 10 less, or 10 more? So that one's super easy. What I do want to show you is number 3. Complete each pattern. My friends had a hard time with this in 2nd grade. I remember whenever I taught math last year. So I want to show you a way that could possibly help you. I'm going to do 3B. Yeah, I'm going to do 3B. So B has 68, 58, 48, and blank, blank, blank. So first, before I know what to put in the blank, 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 I have to find the pattern. So automatically, my eyes go straight to the 8, 8, 8. And those are all in the ones place. My ones place does not change. So that tells me I am changing in my tens place. And I have 6, 5, 4. My number is going down or is less by 8. So what I like to do is I like to put my pattern down here. Minus 10, 68 minus 10 is 58. 58 minus 10 is 48. 48 minus 10 is 38. Sorry, I'm writing backwards. I look crazy. 38 minus 10 is 28. 28 minus 10 is 18. So this pattern was pretty easy, but I know actually at school we do tricky ones like adding 3 more, separating 3 more. So if you thought those were too easy for you, maybe your parents can make you trickier ones like +3, +5. Challenge you. All right, so on page 321, this one says complete each statement to show mental math using the arrow way. So A, 39 plus 1, 40. Those are super simple. 5A, it looks kind of tricky. I'm sorry, my dogs are opening the door and it's hot in here. 45, I'm on 5A if I didn't mention that. 45 plus 10, so you're gonna join 10 more. Remember, only your tens place is changing, not your ones. So it'll be 55. And then the next sequence is minus 1. So I'm at 55, minus 1, 54. Those are actually kind of a lot of fun. On the next page, 322, you're gonna be using mental math again. On number 1A, I'd like to show you something because you might be a little bit confused whenever you're solving this. So it says 5 tens and 3 tens. And you're gonna join them together to see how many tens you have. So I'm gonna draw my rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But I only have 5 rods, so I don't have 50 things. I just have 5. And then it wants me to join 3 rods, 10, 20, 30. So how many tens do I have? I don't have 80 tens. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on A, right here, where it says 5 tens, 3 tens, you're gonna put 8 tens because you don't have 80 tens. But right down here, 50 plus 30 is gonna be 80. So I just don't want you to get tricked on that because if you put 80 tens, that's not gonna be correct. And the back side is the last side. Let's see. Let's do the problem solving. Number 4. Problem solving is kind of tricky because there's a lot of steps that you have to think about. So number 4, Mark had 78 puzzle pieces. So that's my beginning. So I'm gonna put 78 puzzle pieces. 70, whoops. He lost 30 pieces. So whenever we lose something, are we getting more? Are we getting less? If I have 78 puzzle pieces and I lose 30, that means they're gone. So that means I'm taking away. I'm getting less. So I'm going to be subtracting here. How many pieces does Mark have left? Use the arrow way to show your simplifying strategy. So I'm looking for a result unknown. And what it's asking, use the arrow way. It's kind of like our version of the number line. So the arrow way is like what they did on page 231, where you add or separate something. So let me show you on the back side. So first we're gonna start at 78 because that's our biggest number. Whoops, you can't even see me. And then what is talking about the arrow way? Since we're separating, we're gonna be subtracting. So I'm gonna subtract 10. 78 minus 10 is 68. Remember, we are subtracting 30. So I'm not quite done yet because I've only taken 10 away. I'm gonna take another 10 away. Minus 10. 68 minus 10 is 58. 10, 20. I still need to take 10 more away. Minus 10. 58 minus 10 is 48. Ooh, I squeezed it in there. So notice I did tens, 10, 20, 30, because it's easier for my brain, but you can solve it any way you like. So let's do one more example and then I'll let you go for the day. So 78, and we're still subtracting no matter what number you use to get to 30, whatever works best in your brain. So I'm gonna show you a different way. Minus 25, because I know 25 plus 5 equals 30. So I'm gonna take away 25. Ooh, I have to do a little math. Maybe this way wasn't the easiest way. 78, I can't do this in my brain. 78 minus 25, I start in my ones. 78 minus 25, 8 minus 5 is 3, and 7 minus 2 is 5. Maybe the tens was the easiest way. Okay, so 78 minus 25 is 53. There we go. And like I mentioned before, if I take 5 more, so 25 plus 5 is 30. But now I have to do more math. Okay, this really wasn't the easiest way, but I just wanted to show you another example. So 53 minus 5, I start in my ones place, but I can't take 3 away from 5, so I have to regroup. Now I have 4 tens and 13 ones. So 13 minus 5, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. And bring down my 4 tens is 48. So whatever's easiest for your brain, clearly this was the easiest way for Miss Clower's brain because I had to do extra steps on that one. So you're just going to show your arrow strategy on that. And just a reminder, we don't have class on Friday, so you'll have a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm actually thinking about doing a Zoom on Friday for those parents who were unable to attend, because remember, attendance is important. But let me know if you have any questions about the math that we did today. You are going to be doing pages 242 up to 323. And I'll see you back on Monday.